Hey, tubies! This is Psychic Bob. Well, here I am. It's Wednesday. I know I promised you messages from the spirit world on Tuesday, but Psychic Bob is a full-time medium, and sometimes I swear it just seems like there are not enough hours in the day. Yesterday was a busy day with private readings, and I want to say thank you to all of you who contacted me for private readings. You're wonderful. We had in-person readings at my office and also phone readings. And for those of you who are interested in having a private session with me, I'd love to do that. My private sessions are a full hour long. So yeah, you get Psychic Bob for one-on-one for a full hour. And if you want to get on my schedule, give me a call. And you can call my office at 571-483-2112. And also visit my website, and you can read a little bit more about that. It's at www.robert-hickman.com. I'll put the info, the links for that in the info box below, so definitely go check out my website. And you want to go over to my website because I'm doing daily horoscopes. That's right. So if you want a little psychic snapshot every day, you can go over there. Speaking of horoscopes, I just found this really cool picture, and I'm going to frame it actually. I'll show you it tomorrow when it's framed. But isn't that mystical? Look, it's an Aquarius symbol. And the sign of the Aquarius is the man pouring the water. So as you can see here, he's got his vase, and it's like streams of light coming out. I think the guy looks kind of Palladian, so I think it has that kind of alien look to it too. Very mystical. Anyways, I like that's a cool picture. So I'm going to frame that, and I'll show that to you tomorrow for Zodiac Thursday. But in the meantime, just make sure to go over to my website. Up at the top of the screen, there's a section that says horoscopes, and you can click on that, and you get your free daily horoscope. So I hope that you'll do that. Anyways, here we are. We're a little late, but better late than never, right? We're going to do messages from the spirit world. And for those of you who are new, by the way, thank you to our new subscribers. You guys rock. This is a weekly program we have. Every week we come out and I do psychic readings for people who write in with psychic questions. And there's no charge for this, 100% free. So some people are writing me, say, how much does it cost to be on messages from the spirit world? Nothing, absolutely free. This is my gift, my community service, if you will. I give back to the YouTube community. I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who've been so wonderful and coming out and sending letters and your wonderful support. And it means a lot to me. And I'm glad we're here. We're part of a community. We're a channel. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, you might want to just hit that subscribe button at the top of your screen there and join Spirit Channel. Where it's free, doesn't cost anything, and we have a lot of fun. Anyways, here we are. It's time for messages. Forgive me, I'm having a little allergies there. But we're going to go through your letters. But before we do that, let's all just settle down. Let's take a moment and attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my guide Fletcher back here. He stands back here on my left. He says hello to all of you. All right. Our first letter here is from Sarah Love. Hello, Sarah. And she says, hi, Bob. I love you so much. Well, thank you, darling. I love you too. I'm glad you're here. And she says, you're an amazing spirit. Thank you. Well, you're amazing too. Okay. I mean that. Okay. And she writes, she says, dear Bob, I've had a lot of health problems lately, and I was wondering if you see anything positive with that soon. Also, where do you see me in the next 5 years? Yeah. Sarah, right now as I step into your frequency here, I do pick up around you a beautiful green light and also orange light. Green light means that you're getting healing, you're getting vitality. So I do feel that you're at a turning point here. One of the struggles I pick up around you that I don't know if it's been diagnosed yet, but I feel that you're having a central nervous system issue. I feel like your nervous system is almost fighting against itself. So you may experience something like, fibromyalgia, pain like that. But I do see healing around you, and I feel like literally as we get into around, it's probably going to be probably July, mid-July, end of July, about a month and a half. I feel like you're starting to receive greater healing, and I do feel like physically you're getting stronger. Also, around that time, I get beautiful orange light around you. And orange light means that you're getting support, you're feeling inspired and creative. So I do feel like right now, particularly if you're feeling like this pain, this physical challenge is making you feel disconnected from your own process of creativity, not to worry. I do see that coming back. I would like to encourage you to also, if you can, visit with a naturopathic physician. Naturopathic physicians are fully licensed MDs, but they work from a more holistic perspective because I kind of feel like around you, you're a little more sensitive to drugs than most people, and I feel like that it's a real danger for you to get toxicified from too many medicines. And a naturopathic physician can give you medicines, but I feel like they may find medicines that are more in harmony with your natural energy, your natural cycles. And I do feel like, this energy around you shifts to be much stronger physically. And I do feel, as I said, around July, this is where I see the healing and I see your creative energy, and you're really, really feeling reconnected with life and with friends. So I'm not seeing this as a forever situation. You're almost out of it. Now, you were questioning about the next 5 years. First of all, I see you living. Okay, you're not dying, though some days you might feel like it lately. But no, you'll be here, and I see you running your own business. And interesting, I get a lot of spiritual energy around this. So I feel like you may do something yourself in holistic work, such as, doing Reiki work or spiritual readings work, or something that has a holistic spiritual element to it. And I really feel you have a lot of gifts there. And I'd say be open to that, okay? Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Chris Castillo. I love that name. Chris writes, says, Dear Bob, what do you see for me in the next couple of months? Am I finding love anytime soon? Yeah. Chris, right now while I'm stepping into your frequency, I get around you a lot of orange light here. Orange light is the light that means you're drawing to yourself new people. It talks about channeling. It's about opening your light. And as you do your own opening, you're also drawing people into your sphere of influence. And I do feel like I want you to watch here because I do see a lot of new friends around you, particularly as we get to the month of August here. And it's in August that I feel that there's a new relationship for you. I keep getting the name J, letter J around this. So the name may be like Jamie, but I keep getting this J, like Jamie, and I feel like you make the connection in August. I see this through a group event. It's like you're going to, it's either a sporting event or a concert. It's kind of like a group outing to some big venue. And I feel like this Jamie is in the mix of the friends. I think you start out really as friends because everything in your aura right now is orange, which promotes friendship. But as we move through into August, I do get pink light in your aura, which does indicate love and romance. So I do feel that that friendship that starts, will move into a more romantic place as we go later in the month of August. So I don't see you being alone. I do think you're going to have that joy in your life, and I send you a lot of blessings, okay? Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Margaret Boone. Hello, Margaret. Margaret's a longtime viewer. Margaret, we go back years. My gosh. Well, it's so nice to hear from you. And you write and you said, Dear Bob, hi. Hope you remember me. Of course I remember you. How could I forget? You're so sweet. And she writes, she says, Dear Bob, when will I drive again? I broke my arm from a fall, and now it's healed, but I just don't feel like driving. Also, I am traveling to Mexico in June and have misplaced my sleeping hammock. Can you possibly help me find it? Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm sorry about your fall, about your injury. When I step into that broken arm, I do feel it has strengthened. You may have a little arthritic condition developing there. So I'd like you, first of all, to wear a copper bracelet. That will help heal any residual struggle of healing that may produce pain or cause arthritic conditions to flare up. Okay, so first of all, wear copper. Okay. In terms of the driving, it's interesting. And you're saying, what's the connection between a fall and breaking my arm? Why don't I want to drive? Why am I having this? Well, what happened is when you fell and broke your arm, there was kind of a trauma on the body. And what happens is sometimes when we're in a moment of trauma, it literally opens up the chakras in the body. And I feel like what happened is you experience two things. You experience the trauma of a fall, the intensity of the pain, the wow, And what that did is that triggered actually some past life memories for you. And you did have a former past life. It was in the 1920s where you did die in a car accident. And so I feel that the trauma around the arm brought back a memory of your arm being shattered in a car accident from the 1920s. And unfortunately, in that life, you actually hemorrhaged internally and died. So the injury of the arm was kind of a trigger for a past life memory. And so that's why you don't want to drive. It's actually a fear. You may not say, well, I don't really feel fearful, or I just don't want to. But it actually is a deep-seated fear from that past life of experiencing that trauma and that death. Good thing is you're not going to die in a car accident. And today, just by hearing about your past life, that will help release some of the trauma. Many times when people understand their past lives, it actually is very healing and it releases trauma. So I do feel that you'll be able to drive again. I keep wanting to watch around the month of September. I feel it's a few more months until you really settle into that comfort level. And honestly, I think this time away from driving has actually been healing for you. So don't beat yourself up and say, why am I not making progress? All things in time, okay? But I do see that healing physically and on a soul level. Now, to answer your other question about June traveling to Mexico, yes, go ahead and take the trip. It looks fun. In regards to that sleeping hammock, I keep being drawn up high. I'm looking at a wall. I want to go up. I always feel like this is a garage area, possibly even an attic area, like in a garage, like maybe a storage area that's either up high on the wall or just up in an attic area. I keep seeing this being there. It is in that area. It's inside a cardboard box. And next to it, I keep visualizing here some aluminum poles. These may be tent poles or skiing poles, because I feel like there's some other equipment that may be related to outdoor stuff like skiing or even hiking near this. But it's a cardboard box. It's over near a wall area, so it'd be up high. So if you don't have a garage in that area, then I'm picking up a shelf, an upper level shelf. It's not down on the floor. I don't see it low. It's up high. And that's where you'll find. And if there's an attic, it's like near the wall, just up inside the attic. But that's where I'm getting it. It's a cardboard box. I see it folded up inside of it. Again, poles next to it, aluminum or some type of metallic poles. But that's where I pick it up. I hope that helps, okay? Good luck. Let me know. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Good to hear from you. And Rachel says, Dear Bob, I had a family member named Annie who recently passed. We had not seen each other in some time. I was just wondering if she made it to the light. Yeah, Rachel, hon, I do pick her up as being in the light. What they show me around her, this is interesting. I feel that in her life there was a lot of sorrow. I want to go back to her childhood. I felt like she was in some way deprived or traumatized. And I felt like she carried a lot of bitterness with her. And it's interesting, as I go through across her life energy, I keep feeling like she really struggled. She struggled with emotions. She had a lot of emotional imbalances. And I also feel like she carried this resentment. It was hard for her to let it go. And I feel like she treated everybody around her kind of badly. But interestingly, I feel like actually she had a soft spot in her heart for you. So I don't know if you ever experienced her kindness and her gentleness, but I do feel like of all the family, like she looked at you in a favorable light. And I can tell you she's over. She was taken over to the light by an angel who helped her. We have to be very careful. On earth, sometimes we look at people and we judge them and we say, oh, they're evil and they went straight to hell. They were so mean. But from God's perspective, from the Spirit's perspective, they see the pain of the soul. And they know, everybody in Spirit knows that down here we do the best we can. It's very hard in this life. And the very fact that we come here makes us heroes. And so I want you to know that this Annie did really feel positive about you. I don't know that she expressed it, and I can tell you I don't feel she expressed a lot of positivity to most people, but you were different. And I do know that your kindness and your acceptance of her, even with her struggles, was a blessing to her in the end. And she is over on the other side, and she's in the light. Okay. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. Brandon R. writes, and Brandon says, hi, Bob. Can you help me? I have a bad addiction that I cannot seem to stop, and it's destroying my life. It's messing me up physically, emotionally, and spiritually. How should I do this? Will I get past it? I want to have a military career in the future. Do you see me doing this? Brandon, when I step into your vibration, I get dark blue light around you. Dark blue light does mean that you're being held back from your potential. It does mean a crippling depression around you. And I also get a band of red light, which is frustration. So right now you are feeling trapped. And I say that out of love, not to scare you. But the good thing is I do see healing coming for you. In terms of this addiction, though, I would like you to work with a professional counselor, possibly a social worker. I say social worker because I feel like they're going to help you understand the patterns of behavior that led to your condition. I'm not against modern medicine, but I feel like a standard psychiatrist would just want to put you on medicines, and I don't feel that's the answer at this time. I would like you, though, to see a professional and let them help you with that decision. But I do feel like for you that this cycle of addiction can and will be broken. And the very fact that, you reach out to me today means that you're already taking steps towards healing. And I think it took a lot of courage for you to sit down and write this letter. So I want to acknowledge that I've received it, and I admire you. I give props to you, dude, for your honesty and your integrity to ask for help. And don't worry, I'm not going to discuss what this is. You asked me specifically not to get into details, so we won't go there. But between us, I understand what you're going through, and I do see healing around you. And I don't want you to get into the place of self-condemnation. See, when you start beating yourself up, oh, I'm bad, I failed, I did this bad thing again today, you just got to let that go. And you remember that inside of you, you are a spirit soul. And your spirit self has all power because you come from God. And don't forget that. You're part of the divine. You really are. And so that soul essence is pure and goodness and light. So when you act out in a negative way on the earth, you do hurt your soul light. And I know in your heart that you really do love the Spirit, and I do know you're a good person. So I do see healing. But as I said, if you can work with a social worker, I do feel this would be a good step for you, because I don't think it's just an issue of, well, take medicine and be better in control. I think this is about understanding the patterns that led to this. And I have to tell you, as a psychic, I feel that this actually goes way back to like when you were like 3 or 4 years old, even. And I feel there were forces in motion around you that imprinted their energies on your soul. And I also feel that you are naturally an empath. And as an empath, you pick up energy. And the energy that you've been absorbing has also been from other people that struggle with addiction. So you've experienced this addiction actually in others, and now you experience it within yourself. But I do see healing. I want you to watch the month of July, because I feel like in July, this is where you're making a very strong connection in the healing process. I do see you connecting with a counselor sooner than that. So I would like you to kind of like start working on that now. And I feel like you'll get into some regular therapeutic help. And by July, this is where I see a major turning point for you. And so I do see you going through the summer with a much healthier disposition, a much clearer mind, a much more focused energy. And you're going to be fine, okay? Yes, you will have a career in the military. Funny thing, I keep seeing like, looks like Air Force symbols, so you know, the Air Force eagle wings. So you may want to be open to looking at Air Force, okay? Anyways, thank you for writing. Keep me posted, okay? And I'm going to send prayers up for you. And know that you got Psychic Bob on your team, sending you love and support, okay? Thanks for writing. Keep me posted, okay? All right. Well, guys, listen, that's all the time I've got for letters. I am so glad you're here at Spirit Channel. Listen, keep it here. Tomorrow is Thursday, and you know what that means? Zodiac Thursday. So you don't want to miss that. Be back here. We're going to make it happen. Okay. Thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe. And when you got some free time, go over to my website, get your horoscopes, okay? Blessings to all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Zodiac Thursday. And of course, you know, next week we'll have another Messages from the Spirit World.